What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Movement6. Before we start, as a growing habit, I want to say a huge thank you to everybody who subbed this week. It's a privilege to have you guys on the channel. Big shout out to everybody who has done some interaction with me and to have a good, strong conversations in the comments. And of course, a big shout out to the Dragon Nation Discord server, especially to Stealth Dragon. Thanks for your ongoing support, mate. Really appreciate it. Now, what I want to get in today is a developing story, and oh my god, what a story. And from a weird perspective, it does make sense to me because shitty values create shitty games. And it just, the shit show does not stop at Activision Blizzard as we speak. Let's get into this one, guys. Now, let me click on this one. Recently, I've done some videos on my channel on how to save Call of Duty. You see it here. Can you see it? I'm just checking on the right. You can see it. And the king is dead. Long live the king. And especially in the video where I comment on how to save Call of Duty, I literally drilled into what the franchise need to stay alive, to refresh, to revitalize itself, and to make sense once again. But I missed one big thing, because you can't expect a company to have strong values for its customers if it does not have strong values for its employees. Now, for everybody who wasn't really paying attention, Activision Blizzard is sued over frat boy culture and harassment. Now, let's take a few notes here. Video game giant Activision Blizzard, maker of games including World of Warcraft and Diablo, fosters a frat boy culture in which female employees are subjected to constant sexual harassment, unequal pay, and retaliation, according to a lawsuit filed by the California Department of Fair Employment and Housing. It has been a 2-year investigation by the state agency, and it found that the company discriminated against female employees in terms and conditions of employment, including compensation, assignment, promotion, and termination. Company leadership consistently failed to take steps to prevent discrimination, harassment, and retaliation, the agency said. It's an article by Mafi Al-Soup. If I'm not pronouncing that right, I'm very, very sorry. And it's on Bloomberg Law. Now, the agency elects male employees play video games during the workday while delegating responsibility to female employees, engage in sexual banter, and joke openly about rape, among other things. This is not even a joke anymore when you are making jokes about rape. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Female employees working on the World of Warcraft team noted that male employees and supervisors would hit on them, make nasty comments about rape, and otherwise engage in demeaning behavior. The suit also points to a female Activision employee who took her own life while on a company trip with her male supervisor. The employee has been subjected to intense sexual harassment prior to her death, including having nude photo passed around at a company holiday party. We're not talking about shitty values. We are talking about the absence of any freaking values in this. Now, if you think it doesn't get any freaking worse than this, of course, what's anything worse than taking your own life? But Activision Blizzard's torture apologist executive is now blocking employees on Twitter. This is an article in Kotaku.com, and it's by Luke Plunkett. I always want to give a shout out to the one who's making this. Over the weekend, amidst all the turmoil and toxic publicity being generated by the investigation and subsequent lawsuit from the California Department of Fair Employment and Housing over the company's abusive workplace condition, I think abusive is mildly put, Activision Blizzard's Fran Townsend thought it would be the perfect time to tweet the problem with whistleblowing. To recap, this is a woman who, in the wake of DFHS suit becoming public, sent an email to staff calling it meritless, and it was so widely criticized it was specifically mentioned as a cause of last week's walkout, while calls for a removal from the position as a sponsor of the company's women's network are also increasing. Oh my God, boys. Taking all this into account, along with the content and timing of her tweet, public reaction has not been positive. It's been almost universally challenged or mocked, which is expected. It's Twitter, and that happens every day. It's what the ratio is there for. But what's notable here is that rather acknowledging that she, as an executive employed in a leadership position at a company in turmoil, has made a bad tweet and responded accordingly by doing something like locking her account, deleting the tweet, or simply ignoring the criticism and getting on with her, whatever the rich do in the weekend. She began systematically blocking anyone with even the mildest criticism on this tweet. It not only included multiple journalists and developers from outside of the company, but also many current and former employees of Activision Blizzard as well. My God, people. My God. I now fully understand where shitty values, shitty companies create shitty games. And we could be able to talk about the games for months, for weeks, for days, or whatever, on and on about in specifically why Call of Duty is such a bad and shitty game. But my God, people, if you're a company like that, a publisher like that, and you're responsible for 3 developers with these values, I think the issue should not start with how can we fix the game. I think the question should be, how can we fix the freaking company? Because this has got nothing to do anymore with shitty values. And I've even seen reports being issued now by game selling companies that are now currently stopping to make advertisements or commercials for any game of Activision while this is still in the air and it's not resolved. I think we're looking at the complete wipe of the executive board and the leadership of Activision before we can even make steps in the right direction, guys. Because let's face it, we can all make, here is how to save Call of Duty. But if Call of Duty is created by people like this, then we have a huge problem on our hands, boys and girls, or whomever you identify with. But let's face it, I am not really a social justice warrior type that is caught up in these social weird discussions that are going on in 2021. But what I do advocate is a free and open society where everyone can be himself, feel himself, but especially be open about it and don't have to be harassed or being feared for any retaliation. We're all human beings and we need to create a fantastic world, and a fantastic world creates fantastic things. But if your underlying structure of the frat boy culture is like it is, that even people taking their own lives, then how can we expect this company to make good games? It's not going to happen, because this company is only focused on a few things. That is a weird harassment management style that is only aiming to squeeze the last drop of dollars from your back pocket, and that's it. There is no culture of making good games. And the people that are working for Activision are now suffering the burden for the way Activision is being managed and led. My God, guys, this is a developing massive story on how a company works from the inside out. And from my perspective, this lawsuit, I think it's going to happen somewhere end of August, I believe. I haven't seen anything specifically on that. I need to drill down on that. But as far as I know, end of August, this lawsuit is going to take place in court. And if I'm just reading through all the documents and I'm reading through all the evidence being presented and all the employees that are getting behind this, then management of Activision has no other option than just get the freak out of there. Just get the freak out of there. And that would actually be beneficial, I think. Because if this is your company values, if this is the way you treat people, then we're not on the same page anymore on how can we save Call of Duty. we need to save the culture surrounding Call of Duty that is responsible for the ideas and the management and the processes and the games. But it starts with something totally different. And that is a respectful, open, strong company value where we value people as people and not have to be frightened of even jokes about this is not a joke anymore, people. I can't see myself working in a company like this. And I was reading through the documents and I was freaking amazed how this company has been executing this management style for the last. This is not something from yesterday. This is years and maybe decades of how a weak and toxic leadership has developed and into the cultural values. I just hate to call this values because they're not. This is a sick company, and I think we should stop making movies or clips or video content about how to save Call of Duty. I think we need to question ourselves how to save Activision and turn this ship around. Shitty companies make shitty games. Shitty values produce shitty values. If you have shitty values over your employees, then you have shitty values over your customers. And we should unite and put a stop to this. And although I would hate to see Infinity Ward or Sledgehammer or Treyarch suffer from this, but I'm questioning what they know about this culture, guys. They are being the lead developers for one of the bigger franchises of Activision. They should know what this culture is and what it's about and how long this has been going on already. So I also hope Treyarch, Sledgehammer, and Infinity Ward speak out on this matter and put statements forward. And I think this will be a good time to delay games and first fix the company and then fix the games, boys. So I was really amazed with this news. I'm really anxious to see what you guys think of it and what you make of it. And what's your idea on how to push forward with Activision and what needs to be changed and how? How do we change this? Do we need to stop buying games from Activision to hurt them where it hurt the most, and that's in their wallets? But that also has effect on the employees. I do know it, but how do we change the culture of money-hungry management that is only there to squeeze the last drop out of your back pocket with shitty values for the customer and extremely shitty values for their employees, guys? So let me know. I'm going to be on a short break, summer break for a week and a half starting tomorrow. I hope to have some content for you in the summer break. If not, I will be check back with you in a week and a half with more content on games and everything. So guys, Movement 6 out.